It's a old school mega dungeon that a Greg Gillespie created. It's been out. It's been out for a while now. Actually, he started out with 1, 2, 3, and he's gone through couple different other ones. But he started off creating Barrowmaze as a way of recreating that feel that Gary Gygax did. So you should get some of that old school vibe coming through. It has been converted over to 5e. And Greg has since put out a couple other products. Forgotten Caverns of Arachnia, and the newest one is Hyphel, the Floating Dungeon. They're both made in the OSR for Labyrinth Lord, is what he likes using, which is kind of that old school OD&D feel. And a couple of these he has converted over to 5e. So anyhow, today the adventure is going to take place around the town of Helix. I think I had a little bit of an intro to mention. Yeah, here it is. Alright, so I'll read this off to you a little bit. So the Barrowmoor, which is right outside of this town of Helix, dominates the Duchy of Eric. The moor is a vast fetid bog, roughly 30 miles north and south, and 35 miles east and west. Within the marsh, an obscuring fog hangs heavily on the landscape and easily disorients travelers. At dusk, the fog is nearly impenetrable, and the moon casts an eerie glow across the moor. The air feels thick and hard to breathe. The marsh smells of rot and decay. The ground of the Barrowmoor is soft, and footprints quickly fill with dark peat-colored water. The bog is difficult to navigate due to the tangled and near impenetrable mass of decaying trees, weeds that stand 7 feet high, knotted vines, and deep pools of black swamp water. The moor is an unnervingly silent place. Occasionally, the deep croak of a bullfrog can be heard before it plops into the water, or perhaps the distant caw of a raven, but otherwise the moor is strangely quiet. Stories abound about the monsters and inhabitants of the Barrowmoor. A tribe of froglings is known to exist somewhere in the marsh. These small frog-like humanoids often emerge from the moor to attack caravans traveling back and forth along trade routes to Helix and Bogtown. Bogtown is another really small town in the area. Locals also tell stories of pterodactyls and large pterodons that fly above the marsh. Rangers brave enough to journey across the bog also tell tales of lizardmen conducting strange rituals around ancient standing stones to the south. For much of the year, the Barrowmoor is nearly impenetrable. During the fall, winter, and early spring, the marshland is simply too soggy and water-covered to traverse. Over the last 2 seasons, the populations of Helix, Bogtown, and Arngard Moat have grown with adventures in the summer months. And that's where you guys come in. So you find yourselves in the small town of Helix. Let me share this out. Here's the small town of Helix. And there's a few shops here, trading shops. There's a blacksmith. There is a mercenary guild and 1 tavern. The tavern is called the Brazen Strumpet, which is number 8 on the map, which I'll put a square around. So, oops. All right. And then the mousetrap went off. I'm just kidding. And at least that's what it sounded like. Yep. All right. So, as you enter in the town, probably looking for work, as most taverns are a good supply of adventurers. As you're traveling looking for work, it is early morning. We'll say it's probably about 7 o'clock in the morning, and you see one gentleman who is wiping out some cups. Let's see here. Let me bring them up. So you see this gentleman back behind the bar, off to your left as you come in. You see a bunch of tables and chairs and some booths scattered around this large room off to the right, and you see some stairs that lead upstairs to probably the upstairs rooms in the back of the tavern here. Looks like there's a couple farmers that are in here, and they are eating some breakfast. They're at a table almost immediately to the right of the door. In the back corner, at a long table, you see a group of adventurers that appear to have some stacks of coin and some other loot. They seem to be pretty excited. Looks like they're going through their loot. And anyhow, this gentleman here, as you enter, he says, "Well, hello, fellows. My name is Bolo, and welcome to the Brazen Strumpet. From the looks of your demeanor, I'd say you guys are probably adventurers. Would I be right?" Right. Right, maybe good. Oh boy, you guys must be pretty new to this area. Almost every set of adventurers that come through the door, and when they're brand new, you get answers like that. Yeah. So do y'all have a name for yourselves yet, or you guys just kind of got lumped together all of a sudden, or what? However you guys would like to proceed. You can either... Okay. Well, okay. I see. Well, you guys hungry? You need something to eat? You want to get put up with the room? You need me to go fetch the guy that kind of like hires adventurers? And I mean, what do you guys want? Ooh, all right. I can get you a mug of ale. That'll be 2 copper coins, please. Coffee? Okay, yep. I got a big pot of coffee here. Here you go, good sir. I got a big pot of coffee. Oh, you're welcome. And the coffee will be 1 copper piece. Water? Well, well, thank you, sir. And you said you wanted a water, good sir. Is that right? Okay. Here you go. Wow. Well, I mean, so yeah, you guys could sit up here at the bar, or I can get you a table. So what brings you all to Helix? You hearing about all the good stuff they're pulling out of their Barrowmaze? Oh, I see. I see. Oh, music, huh? Well, that sounds pretty handy. I've been kind of looking to get some entertainment. Wow, I'm just kind of lucky. Well, I'll take you up on that offer. Yeah, yeah. I must warn y'all that them there barrows, not a lot of people come back from them their places. Although there's a group of adventurers, not them folks over there. There's another group that they've been having a lot of luck here lately. They call themselves Fate's Feisty Possums. How they got that name, I don't know. But you know what? And he kind of pulls back his shirt. See my tabard? I got me a tabard with Fate's Feisty Possums on it. And he shows you this image here. Oh, I'm sure. You know what? I'm gonna have to ask. I'm gonna have to ask them, their people, to come up with a song. Yeah, but I'm an honorary member of Fate's Feisty Possums. It's a yeah. Yeah. I do wish you all the best luck too in your adventures, and hopefully y'all come back with good tales of fame and fortune. Well, see, there's a local wizard that lives here in town. They call him Mazal the Magnificent, and he likes to hire out adventurers. You might not pay a whole lot for brand new people like you, but a bunch of these adventuring companies, they get their start by hiring on with him. But yeah, if you want, I could send word for him to come pay y'all a visit. Awesome. All right. Well, I'll go fetch him. Uh, maybe while that's happening, maybe you guys can like come up with the name of your own adventuring company. You y'all gonna have one, right? Well, well, that's a good point. Although he usually pays in coins, but yeah, I mean, gotta have a name. I mean, it's bad luck to go adventuring out there and then borrows without a adventuring name. Oh no, that ain't the possums over there. Them folks over there. They're the Boon Guardians. No, Boon Companions. That's right, Boon Companions. Yep. They've been having fairly good luck too. I think they've only lost one or two of their guys since they first started. One got uh they've been at it for a few weeks. Yeah, unfortunately, I guess one guy he got completely eaten by some green slime that just fell up on him, and he couldn't get out. And they lost another guy who fell down a pit, never to be seen again. So yeah, yeah. And I've been hearing stories that then there's zombies out there, and them borrows they're pretty wicked. Cool. All right. And shortly after that time, you hear somebody walking up towards the front door, and you hear the jingle of some bells and whatnot. And then he stands in the doorway, and you see this guy here. And he comes in. Ah, Bolo, I hear that we have more adventurers to be hired. Is that so? Oh yeah, we got these here good folk right here up at the bar. They just kind of ran into each other. They were discussing what they're going to name themselves, but they're looking for work. I see. Well, adventurers, my name is Mazah the Magnificent. He goes, I often hire adventurers to go out into the Barrows and bring back relics and lore. Are you willing to go out there and brave the zombies and green slime for trinkets and relics? I see. Well, are you guys brand new, or do you have experience with references? Oh, I see. Well, usually the first trip out I don't pay a whole lot, but it's a little something. But if you prove to be good adventurers, I usually pay quite better. Yes, quite better. Yes. Oh, yes. So, oh, good. Well, I like to pay, well, let's see, what? Wait a minute. There's only 3 of you? Ooh, that sounds pretty hazardous for just the 3 of you, but, alright. I'll pay you guys 60 gold pieces per day, that I pay to your adventuring company. Oh, and, what is the name of your adventuring company? Oh, I'm sorry? IFT Incorporate? ZFT? What does it stand for? Ooh, that sounds like a very exciting name to have. But, yeah, so the terms are that you go out into the Barrows, and I will pay you for your first excursion 60 gold pieces to be split amongst your company as you see fit. Now, any items you bring back that might need to be identified, I will do so for free. And I'm looking for any relics or history or lore. And tablets, yes, tablets. If you see any... Oh, yes. I will pay you for those. I will pay you 50%
their full market value. Any items you find outside of relics and lore and history, you can keep. Yes. Oh, so it sounds like I have hired another adventuring company. Is that true? Oh, that is great. Oh, yes. All right.
Well, and with that, he starts scribbling out on a scroll.
Is it if I could just have you sign this contract, please? Oh, oh, you don't really have to read the contract, but if you'd like to, you can.
So you read. So you read that basically he's hiring Zombie Fiends Incorporated as an adventuring company, paying the sum of 60 gold pieces per day. Any items that need to be identified, he will provide that service for free. Any relics, history, or lore, he will pay 50% of market value on that. Anything beyond that is yours to keep. And in extremely fine print, it says your adventures will be streamed upon Twitch and for the whole world to see. If this is agreeable, please sign the contract. See right there, yes. Just put your little mark there. Yes. All right. Yeah, click in there. I think if you click it once, you'll get a check mark. Click it twice, you'll get an X, and 3 times it circles all the way back around. We'll say check is that you did sign it. X means, oh no, I don't want to sign it. And that's it. So in the chat window, over on there on the left side, in one of those circles, just click it once, and it should put a check mark in it. In one of those circles. Okay. All right. Oh well. It does. Yes, yes. The intent is there, which is 9/10 of the law. Gotcha.
All right. Okay, so I guess it's time to go out there into the burrows. So I don't know if you've talked to Bolo yet, but it is quite a journey out into the burrows. It's about a 4-hour hike out there, and it's definitely a place you don't want to stay at night, as the monsters get really bad at night. So most adventurers will leave early in the morning, go out there, and spend several hours, and then rush back with their lives, or parts of the adventurers that made it back. Yeah, so, yeah. It, yeah, probably about 7:30.
at this point. Yep.
Yes, the last company, Fate's Feisty Possums, I think it took them the better part of the whole afternoon to agree on that name. It is a great name, and yes, yes. Well, yes, you could.
Yep. So Bolo. Okay. So Bolo, he's all yeah. I mean, we got a couple little like trading companies here. We don't have like a full fledged adventure shop. Although I think there's talk that they're gonna make one here soon with all these adventures coming and going. But yeah, potions of healing. Wow, those things they sell like hotcakes. But if you want one, they only cost 50 gold pieces. Yes, sir. I'll. Oh, all right. Wow, you're you're pretty rich for being a brand new adventurer. Ah, I see. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. So, is there anything else I can like, go send one of my runners to go get for y'all? You got every you. Okay, all right. See, you guys are good to go. All right. Well, I do wish y'all luck, and everything. Um, they tell you how to get out there to them there borrows. I sure could. And he pulls out a map and points you in the direction there. It looks like it is an old napkin that has been scribbled on a couple times. There's some coffee stains on there. He says, "Well, you just kind of like leave the south here, and you hit you hit south, going through the Barrows, kind of wind your way around. Just be careful of them like quicksands and them peat bogs out there. Stay away from the black water. Watch out for them pterodactyls kind of flying around out there. Uh, but yeah, I mean, pretty much you just head straight south." He goes, "Here, I'll even show you." He walks over to the front door. He's all pointing that way. If you just go like straight out that way, you can't miss it. Although, I mean, you're probably gonna wonder, like, after an hour or two, if you're lost or not. But you just keep going straight out there. You'll eventually find yourself out there, and you'll see a whole bunch of like barrel mounds all over the place. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not good at creating maps. Maybe I can hire an adventurer one day to create a better looking map, yeah, than this napkin. But anyhow, I do wish you all good luck when you go out there. Oh, You're welcome. You're welcome. You know what? You guys have been so kind and generous, and you sound like a good bunch. When you make it back tonight, and I'm gonna say when you make it back tonight, the first drink is on the house tonight. That would be awesome. I sure would appreciate it. All righty. Well, I guess I ain't gonna keep y'all because I know time's pretty precious and you don't want to be out there after night. I'm telling you, a lot of them adventures they think, oh, we'll just set up camp at night, and those are the type of adventures that you never hear from again. They say there's a lot of undead that's really come out real thick like at night. They just like crawl up out of the burrows and everything. Alrighty. So, which one of you is going to attempt to navigate the party out to the burrows? Okay. So, Captain Talus, if I can get you to roll a d6 for me, please. Let's see if we have any fun along the way today. Yeah. Okay. So, just see where the dice are in the bottom left-hand corner. Just grab a d6 and just roll it and drop it in the chat window, and it will roll it for you. Okay. And let's see. Alrighty. Let's see here. Alright. Let's put you here on the map. Whoop. Oh, we're about to find out. All right, so you guys are adventuring through the burrows here. See, let me zoom in. So you can move your tokens by just dragging the token into the appropriate square that you would like to be in, or a party order. And it appears that you're about 3 hours in. When let's see here, who is the lucky individual? Wow. So you guys are very observant, and as you're traveling through the burrows, you happen to hear some shuffling in some bushes just towards the ahead and towards the north of you there, kind of back behind you. As you guys look over and you see a couple animated corpses. They look more like skeletons kind of shuffling about. And clearly they were not able to ambush you, as, well, they're kind of mindless. So anyhow, we're going to go ahead and we'll do a recap on how to do initiative and whatnot. So you'll want to open up your combat tracker. It's in the upper right hand corner of Fantasy Grounds. It's the button with the cross swords. So you'll open that up. And yeah, real estate here in Fantasy Grounds is going to get pretty complicated. Yep. And then from there, if you open up your character sheet by just clicking your portrait if it's not already up, you'll find initiative between AC and speed kind of right in the middle of your character sheet. If you double click that box where it says INIT and it's got like a plus or maybe a minus if you're unfortunate, it'll automatically roll your initiative and apply you to the combat tracker. There you go. All right. Yeah. Okay, so now, and I will walk you through the first one here. So, Celeste, it is your turn. You can move, you got your actions. In order to target an enemy, if you hold down Control and then click the token, it will target the enemy that you want to attack. You could also hold Control and click on the target in the combat tracker. It works the same way. All right. So Celeste is showing no fear. She runs up to target this one. So from here on your character sheet, click on the Actions tab. There's a bunch of tabs along the right-hand side of your character sheet, and go to Actions, and then from there, it depends on what you want to do. Like if you wanted to swing your battle axe, now that it's targeted, just double click the black D20, just like that. In the chat window, it'll tell you if you hit or miss, which that one unfortunately missed. And if you did hit, you would just double click the 1d8 plus 2 slashing next to it. All right, so Celeste runs up to engage the first skeleton, swings out with the battle axe, and the skeleton is obviously not moving quite as fast, and it barely misses. All right, is there anything else Celeste wants to do for her turn? Okay. All right, so in the combat tracker, if you look at the bottom left-hand side, there's going to be a down arrow. That is how you end your turn, and it will then advance to the next person on the initiative. Awesome. All right, Talius, it is your turn. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So just find the crossbow in your action tab. There you go. And a bolt shoots out, striking the bone rib cage of the skeleton, and snaps off quite a few of the bones. Nice hit. It seems to stagger under that blow, but it does not take it down. Okay. Anything else Captain Talius would like to do? Alright, so you just hit the down arrow in the bottom left-hand corner of the combat tracker. Alright, Relin James Dio. And unfortunately, these skeletons do not have ears, and it does not seem to phase it at all. Alrighty. And with that, skeleton number 1 swings out, trying to punch Celeste with the short sword. Oh! Holy cow. With a critical hit right off the bat. And scoring heavy damage. She pierces right through your chainmail like it was a knife through hot butter. Uh, yeah. All right, and the other skeleton, he advances over here to attack Captain Talius, trying to jab you with his short sword. And that one missed. All right, round two. Celeste, your turn. Okay. Okay. Now. Uh. Yeah. Unless you disengage, if you leave its melee range, which is 5 feet around it, it'll provoke an attack of opportunity. Now, as a fighter, you do have an ability, Celeste, called Second Wind, that you can use as a bonus action to heal yourself. So you can do that, heal yourself a little bit, and still make an attack if you'd like to do that. Or you can use your action to disengage and get out of there. Okay, so on the Actions tab of your character sheet, find Second Wind under Fighter, and to the very right of it, next to the little red bead, click the magnifying glass, and then double click the box where it says 1d10 plus 1 self. Should be under Actions. So let's see here. It is, so if you look under Actions, you'll have to scroll down. You could use your scroll wheel. Scroll down. It'll be under the Actions, so dodge, help, hide, ready. And then you have the fighter stuff. Alright, cool. So yeah, just hit the magnifying glass and it will expand. And then just double click that and it will heal you. Oh. Wow. All right. And so Second Wind is used up. You do get it back after a short or long rest. Yeah, short rest is 1 hour. All right. But that still leaves your action. So you could still disengage if you wanted to, or you can attack using your action. Unless there's something else you wanted to do. Skeleton 1 has been hit. Yeah, he has been hit. He got hit pretty hard by Talus's crossbow bolt. Okay. So go ahead and swing that. All right, and you hit this time. Okay. So go ahead and double click the box for. All right. And with that, you kill the first skeleton. Good job. Okay. Anything else for Celeste? All right. So just end your turn, and it will then be Talus's turn. Okay. All right. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Let me drag it over. And it appears that is going to miss the skeleton. All right. You can move, but if you leave his reach, which is 5 feet around him, he will get an attack of opportunity on you. Okay. There you go. Okay, that works. And with that, it is Roland James Dio's turn. And with that, it has an effect. Oh, nice. Yeah, it you did full damage on it. That's good. No, I think it has another effect. Yeah, click the vicious mockery it gives disadvantage on its attack roll. So go ahead and apply that to it. Yeah. Yep, there you go. All right. Gotcha. And with that, it continues to attack at Talius. So we should see the disadvantage in a play. Yeah. And with that, it lunges out with the short sword, but misses. All right. Bringing it back around to Celeste's turn. Awesome. Yeah. All right. He's targeted. All right. Let loose with the bolt, and it strikes into the black water nearby, missing the target. All right. Anything else for Celeste? Okay, Talis. Gotcha. Maybe. Okay. All right. So that is probably going to hit. Just make sure you hold down Control and click on the token to target it. But that does hit. All right. Go ahead and apply the damage. So just double click the box next to it. Nice hit. Cool. That almost took him out. As you smash it and you see bone break off, and it's flying at Celeste back there. You just crunch it pretty hard. All right. Unless you have anything else, go ahead and end your turn. And Roland. No worries. And he must have been said person in the real life. He failed with a 1. Yep. Oh, wow. Nice. And you took it out. Good job. Okay. Let me add the... Okay. All right. So you're able to find one bolt. The other bolt, you see a pool of black water nearby that it is floating on top of. Would anyone like to go get it? Oh, it's probably only about 4 or 5 feet. Yeah, there's vines and twigs all over the place, so you're able to find one. All right, so you take the branch and you dip it in the water, and it doesn't appear to have any effect on the wood. It just, yeah, yeah, you're able to successfully fish it out. So, yep. The black water smells pretty fetid, but nothing out of the ordinary for a bog. Correct. Okay. All right. It's now in your hands, and it is no. Correct. Nice. All right. So from there, you hear the croak of a bullfrog off in the distance as it splashes into the black water and disappears from view. And you continue your journey south. Just go straight that way, and eventually you'll come across them barrows. You just hear Bullow's voice in your head. Cool. All right. So another hour goes by, and you see the barrows kind of open up, and ahead you see. Let's see here. Where is the map here? Here's a hex map. We'll share it out here. And since Talus is the leader, I will put you on the map. Oops, got to do it from the over here, right there. All right. So in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see that that's where you enter through the barrow, and you see the land here is peppered and barrows all around, and surrounding this like small little sunk-in vale here. You see a forest all around. On the edges of this swampy area, a lot of the trees are dead and decrepit looking. So if you just want to move your guy there on the map to wherever you want to go, we will proceed from there. Yeah. Yeah. You can't quite tell from here. All right, that one there. Simon Says. Number 9. Lucky number 9. All right. As you approach this barrow, I have another map to kind of show you what the barrow actually looks like. Where's it at? Yep. you find that this barrow is an ancient barrow. Looks like it's been covered over with earth, and it looks like in order to enter, it's going to take some excavating. It'll probably, if all three of you work at it, it'll probably take you about an hour to excavate it to get into it. Yep. Okay. So, it'll probably take about an hour and a half for two of you. We could then do a short rest if you don't get interrupted. And during that short rest, you could actually expend one of your hit dice. You're all level 1, so you only have one hit dice, but you can expend it to heal yourselves as well without burning any spells or whatnot. So is that something you would like to do? While you're doing it, as long as you don't get into any heavy combat or anything, I'll give you a short rest. Yeah, give you some. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. Hmm. Aha. Yep. Okay. Gotta dress the part. Yep, yep. Nice. All right. So, yep, yep. And yeah, it'll athletics will help. All right. You're going to intimidate the dirt to move. Yes. You there, rock, I demand that you move. Now! Why are you not moving? Yeah. Alright, so who would like to be the lucky volunteer to roll a d6 for me? See if we have any interruptions while we are excavating today. Alrighty. Alright. Alright, so with that, you were not interrupted. You dig for a little over an hour, and that gets you a short rest. So if you wanted to use your hit dice instead of second wind, you can do so. Basically, it's like you guys are bandaging each other up. On the main part of your character sheet, Celeste, at the bottom, underneath your hit points, if you just double-click that D10, it'll roll and heal you accordingly. You only get one per long rest. But it might be enough to heal you up without burning your second wind that is now reset. Okay, so if you open up the main, and all the way down in the middle, bottom of your character sheet, next to where it says HD, there's a black D10 with a 1 in it. Just double click that dice. Oop. Okay, we did. Yep. Yep. Over to the left. It's the black D10 there. Really? Hmm. Try and double click the box next to HD. There you go. All right. So you got 4 health back. So you're only down to 3 wounds. I'm sorry? It does it automatically. Yeah. And Talus, just to let you know, the wound box there, that's how many wounds that you've taken. So I'm going to clear that out. So right now that would indicate that you are down unconscious. So I'll clear that out. Yeah, so we'll clear that out. Yeah. Those dang rocks. It depends on the class. They're warlocks get them after a short rest, and I think maybe druids. I know there's like 2 classes that monks. No, bard I think is a long rest. Yeah, yeah. Gotcha. All right. So after an hour, a little over, of digging, you finally are able to make your way into this barrow. Which, let's see here. Let me show you the map here in just a second. Let me put you all on here. Let's see here. And share this out. Okay. All right. So in here, you enter into this barrow. It goes down into the ground about 15 feet, and then opens up into a squarish room down here. It opens into a family crypt with 4 stone sarcophagi. And I think, yeah, it looks like I shared the map for you guys. The stone sarcophagi are closed. It does not look like they have been opened. Alright, what would you like to investigate? All right. So the dirt in here is a hard packed dirt floor. You don't see any footprints to indicate that there's been anyone in here recently. And you notice that at the foot of each of these sarcophagus, it has some writing. The particular one where you are currently next to, that one there shows daughter. It says daughter. It is uncommon. All right. And the one there where Tal is, it reads son. Yeah. The one there at Celeste reads mother. And Roland, as you are looking there, you see that one reads father. Oh, and you're looking about you at the rest of the room, being a bit cautious, And you see that the dirt overhead has a bunch of roots and whatnot from the vegetation up above. But you and Talus see some movement coming from up above. And you look up and you see some giant centipedes that appear to be getting ready to drop right on Roland's head. Yeah. And so with that, let's go ahead and roll a new round of initiative. All right, that's good. Guys are beating the monsters. Positive. All right. So with that, Captain Talius, it is your turn. They have not dropped down. Okay. Okay. Alright, so that is... hold on. Yep, okay, so that will hit, and you deal 6 damage to it. Alright. Yep, as you shoot forth, the bolt strikes it, and with that, it almost completely takes it out. It drops to the ground, kind of squirming around at Roland's foot at this point. All right. Anything else for Captain Talius?
No, okay.
All right, Celeste, it is your turn. Okay. All right. Good old crossbow bolt. And that hits. Ooh. And you take it out. Nice hit. Yeah. Yeah. Good job. All right. Roland James Dio's turn. That's the giant. All right. Nice. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately that is a miss. All right. And with that, it is going to try and bite into your boot. And it bites into your boot. Not effective against your soul there. All right, Talius, your turn. Yeah. Haha. That's what it is. Captain Talius's turn. All right, smash with the face. Ooh. And unfortunately, it's a miss as you strike the stone sarcophagi nearby. A little spark shoots off of it. But all right. Right on. Good job. Yeah. Oh. Good job. All right. Yep. All right. So with that, it is now eerily quiet in here once again. You're okay. All right. You peer up there, and it's kind of hard to tell, but you don't see any more movement coming from up there with all the roots that are dropping down out of the ceiling. Cool. Haha. Okay. All right. Give me an athletics check to do so. On the main, or open up your character sheet. Click on skills, the tab skills on the right hand side. Find athletics and hit double click the box next to the red little thing. There you go. All right, and with that, you're able to easily slide the top of the sarcophagus over, revealing some remains that are inside here. You look over the corpse and see that there is a golden ring on one of its fingers, and there is also a jeweled necklace around where its neck would have been.
Yes, must be very careful.
Okay, give me an athletics check, please. Nope. Nope. All right. So you push that one over on Mother's sarcophagus, and inside there, the remains, you see a gold ring on one of her fingers, a silver bracelet around one of her wrists, and a golden circlet that rests on her skull. Okay. Okay. All right. Haha. They gotta have good stuff too, right? All right. Give me an. Yeah. All right. So Celeste, you push over the stone lid there on Sons. In there, you find that next to his hip, there is a bone-handled dagger in there. Now that's pretty awesome for a toy, yeah. Texas Toys, yeah. It is a bone-handled dagger. Ha ha ha. and you slide that one over that reads daughter. Peering in, you see that on one of her hands there is a silver ring, and next to her head there is an ivory comb.
Why don't you? Yes.
Okay. Alright, so I will put that in the party sheet. So that way. So, yeah, so the party sheet is the button right next to the combat tracker. If you click that and then click on the inventory tab, it will show you the current loot for the party. Yeah, at the bottom it'll show you. Yep. But it might come in handy if you're like, who's got the who's got the alms box? Yes. Wow, those alms boxes everywhere. Haha. Yeah, it looks like this is the extent of the mound, the barrel mound that is in here. You don't see any other exits out of here. All right. So with that, I will close that map out, and I will open up the overhead one again. And let's see which one we want to do this time. There's that map again. And let me put, let's see here. So that was right there. Okay. All right, that one there. Let's see here. Ha ha! Supreme Leader, yes. All right. So you head over here and you find another barrow. This one is completely sealed. The cover stone is still intact. You can use some sledgehammers if you have any to try and break open the cover stone to get into the barrow, if you'd like. Gotcha. Don't tell me you're a heavy metal bard without a hammer. Really? Yeah, wow. Wow, yeah. Okay. Martial arts weapon master. Gotcha. All right, so you did have one hammer? Okay, so yep, one hammer. And yeah, looks like only one hammer. So you can start working at it. It's probably going to take you several hours to break this open. And you figure you probably have about 2.5 hours before you have to head back to get back before it gets dark. one there. All right. So you find. Yeah. So you find this one is sealed. There is a large crack that runs down the center of this cover stone. Looks like probably some other adventurers probably tried to break open at one point, but didn't follow through with it for some reason. So this might not take as long as the other one to try and break it open if you wanted to. You could do that. Ha ha ha. All right. So you guys start hammering away. The ringing of the hammer upon the stone creates a large echoey sound here. Sound can be heard for quite a ways. Will Captain Talius roll a d6? Let's see. That's possible. That's possible. Okay. All right. So, you finally crack it open, breaking the cover stone after about 30 minutes of work. Peering around, you see shapes in the sky, but nothing coming your direction at the moment. And it finally reveals some stone stairs that lead down further into this barrow. All right. I believe so. All right. So with that, you head down into the barrow. It goes down about 25 feet before it opens up into a chamber here. Okay. And let's see here. Let me share it out. And this barrel looks similar to the other one. Inside here, you see a single sarcophagus. And outside of that, it is pretty barren in here. Outside of, some of the roots, dropping down out of the ceiling. Packed dirt floor. Stone walls. Anything to pursue? Yeah, you can look around. All right. So Celeste walks around, kind of eyeballing the situation. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please. That'll be on the skills tab of your character sheet. There you go. All right. And you peer around. The room is... you don't see anything ordinary outside of the room. And the stone sarcophagus is pretty indescript. The seal on it is still intact. Yep, you don't see... You look up in the ceiling, make sure no bugs are getting ready to drop down, and do not see anything hidden up there. Okay. What are you checking out about the sarcophagus? Yep. So yeah, you take a look at the sarcophagus. It is a stone sarcophagus. There's nothing special about it. You don't see any writing inscribed into this one. There is a lid there that is intact. Yes. Perception check. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and you take a look. You don't see anything that would indicate that it is trapped. Okay, give me an athletics check. Oh wow! And with that, Roland, it grinds open. You push it over, and as you're pushing it over, you see there's a corpse in there. You push it over, and dun, 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 dun. As you push that over, you are attacked by the zombie. It reaches out and it tries to pull your ear off. And he hits, and you feel your ear start to tear under the pressure. All right. So, yeah, this zombie, it's covered in a black burial shroud. You see it wears a gold necklace with a jade scarab. That is lying in there, pulling on Roland's ear. At this point, let's go ahead and roll a new set of initiative. Foe. All right, and yeah, wow, Roland. So it looks like Talius. Let's see, 5, 10. Yeah, he's about 15 feet away. Yep. No. The good old thunder wave.